My girlfriend found out I was taking one for the team when we first met. About 2 years ago I was at a party with a friend of mine named Joshua. Me and Josh were just vibing to the music and chilling when he suddenly spotted two girls. The one he was interested in was this pretty blonde while the other was her heavier friend. That's not to say her friend was unattractive, but just a little noticeably bigger than what could be considered average weight. Josh turned to me and urged me to be his wingman by taking one for the team and distracting her friend while he chatted with the blonde. After a little back and forth, I decided to do it to be a good friend. We made our way over and made our move, where I would go in first and start chatting with the friend while Josh began flirting with the girl he was interested in. Again, this friend I was talking to was by no means unattractive, just a bit heavier than what most guys, myself included at the time, would go for. I thought she was very sweet, even though I was only talking to her out of obligation. It didn't really matter anyway because ultimately the girl Josh was into already had a boyfriend and had seemingly brushed him off. So I decided to politely end the conversation, however, not before she asked for my Instagram, which I chose to give her. A couple of days later I ran into the same girl in my school's campus store. I didn't recognize her at first, but she seemed to know me. We decided to chat for a bit and I remembered throughout the conversation that her name was Megan. As things were wrapping up, Megan asked me if I wanted to go out with her sometime, and even though she wasn't really my type at the time, I said yes. Megan and I really hit it off, and over time we got into a serious relationship. Any issues I had about her weight before were gone immediately after the first time we got intimate. We've been dating for 2 years now and I absolutely love her. She's my everything and I've been thinking of proposing as soon as we're both done with school. Last month, we hosted a small get-together just for a few friends, and it was here where Josh was pretty intoxicated and made a joke about how if he had never forced me to take one for the team back then I would have never found the love of my life. Later that night, as Megan was cuddled up next to me on the couch, she asked Josh what he meant by that, and Josh elaborated, telling her the story about how we met. Megan didn't really react, so I figured she'd just brushed it off, but for the rest of the night she seemed kind of distant and even a little sad. Finally, once everyone had left, she let it all out and started crying. She was essentially in shock because this whole time she thought I approached her because I was interested in her. Learning that it was based on the fact that I was forced seemed to bring back old insecurities within her. It doesn't help that she's gained weight since then, even though I don't really have any problem with that and I've told her that multiple times. I immediately gave her the full story about how I fell for her right after that. She seemed reassured, but after that night she's been acting differently. It's like she's lost her confidence around me. She refuses to change with me in the room and hardly eats in front of me. She also refuses to be intimate without a shirt on. I've sat her down multiple times and explained that her body was incredibly attractive to me and there's no one more beautiful in my eyes than her, but it's like she doesn't believe me. Lately I've been thinking about offering her to come to the gym with me, but I'm scared she may become more insecure by that suggestion. How do I get her to believe that I love her no matter what she looks like? I just want her to be confident in herself again.